Here's a hidden Bible teaching on manifesting money fast using the law of attraction, and this is exactly what they have not wanted you to know. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into this video. If people ever bring up the Bible, what often happens is the condemnation of money. It's as if that if you are to be a spiritually connected person, you're supposed to be broke and dependent on everybody else. You're supposed to be dependent on the government to give you a handout. You're supposed to be dependent on other people to pay your rent. You're supposed to have no freedoms to go travel wherever you want, eat the healthiest food, to give to your favorite charity or organizations, that you shouldn't put your kids into good schools because, of course, that's somehow going to send you to hell if you have a lot of money. It doesn't make any sense. And I believe that the reason that those teachings have been perpetuated through many centuries is because the institutions wanted you to give them your money. That's why. And here's the hidden Bible teaching that's so powerful. And I know that we've all heard this one, or many of us have, if not everyone. And I remember thinking it was such an odd thing to say. And it says something to the effect of this: to he who has, more will be given, and to those who have not, even what they have will be taken away from them. See, I didn't grow up religious, and I'm not a quote-unquote religious person. I don't identify with any particular religion, but I have a spiritual connection to a higher power. You can call that God, you can call it spirit, you can call it whatever you want. You can't get wet by the word water, says Alan Watts. But that is such an interesting phrase, and I remember hearing that just through the grapevine growing up and saying, that is such an odd thing. So God essentially hates everyone? Like, it didn't even make any sense. So if you were somehow didn't have money, then somehow God was going to punish you. To those who have not, even that which they have will be taken away. That doesn't sound like a very nice thing. But this is the key to actually manifesting money. To the person that has, more will be given. See, the very first thing that's important to understand is that everything is energy and consciousness. That's all it is. So to the person that has, more will be given. When you're in a framework of abundance, you will attract more abundance into your life. And when you do not have, when you cannot be in a state of abundance, optimism for your future, appreciation that good things are coming, the riches of the universe are here now, even that which you have will be taken away from you. And this is a huge key and a huge secret to the teachings in the Bible. To those who have, more will be given. In order to do that, you have to literally understand that your senses, what you see with your eyes, are an illusion. Because you will always be the second half of that biblical teaching. To those who have not, even that which they have will be taken away. To those who have not, you will always be a have-not person if you decide your reality based off of what you see with your eyes. Why? Because 9 out of 10 people die with less than $10,000 and virtually no financial assets. About 2/3 of people were reportedly said in America that they could not come up with $500 immediately for an emergency. Most people are struggling financially, and most of the time for us to manifest money, we're coming from a place of quote-unquote not having it. So if your eyes say, yeah, but I don't have any money in my bank account, then your eyes will always control. When Jesus said, yo, I'm going to move these mountains, everyone move mountains and they shall move. He was already in a consciousness of having. If he was in a consciousness of have not, it would be like this. It's impossible to move those mountains, but it'd be really nice if they would. Please, God, will you please move those mountains? Please, I can't please. Please. And that's how most people live. They're pleading to God, they're pleading to their government, they're pleading to their boss, they're pleading to everyone, to life itself, to please give them more abundance. You have to be in the consciousness of having it already. So that means if your bank account isn't where you want it to be, if you're not driving the car you want, if you're not living in the house you want, if you don't have the freedom that you want in your life yet, you have to start disregarding the evidence that your physical senses give you, because that's all your senses are. They're giving you evidence of your world. Your world now is a reflection of the way you used to think. So to manifest more money, you have to start being in a state of appreciation for it already. You start talking to money like this. I'm so grateful that God's abundance flows in and through me, that God's wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. Every day, I'm attracting more prosperity, more wealth, I'm becoming more generous, and my bank account is growing every single solitary day. So comment down below, God's wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. Comment that down below. God's wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. Comment that down below right now. Understand that's being in a state of having. Now your mind might say, nothing, there is no avalanches of abundance in my life. You're immediately a have-not person. You're immediately a have-not person. Remember, it says, to those who have not, even that which they have is going to be taken away from them. As soon as you let your senses decide your thoughts, if what your senses tell you is an impossibility or a limitation, you're immediately a have-not person, and you're in the energy of lack. And when you're in the energy of lack, God is a universal law. That's what God is. God is a universal law. And the universal law says that like attracts like. When you're in an energy of have not, well, I mean, it's easy for you to say that God's wealth flows to you in avalanches of money. You make YouTube videos, you sell stuff on the internet, right? You're immediately a have not person. No matter what your industry is, no matter what you do for a living, no matter what you're passionate about, you can create a prosperous life. There are people with Harry Potter fan clubs on websites online that make 7 figures. There are violinist players who make 7 figures. You can do anything you want. You can be a tennis coach that coaches high-end tennis people, and you could make $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. It doesn't matter what you do. You have to be in a place of having it and be in possibility. Live from possibility. And when you live from possibility, then what you have will be multiplied. That's what it says. To the person that has, more will be given. So comment down below, God's wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. Write that on a piece of paper. Affirm that 1,000,000 times today, and start to gauge and ask yourself, am I thinking right now, while you're driving to the grocery store, while you pay for your overpriced coffee that your mind naturally wants to complain about, when you're in those places, ask yourself, am I in a place of abundance? Am I living from somebody who has money or somebody who's doomed financially? See, you don't have to technically have more money in your bank account in this very second to start to live as if you have a more positive, fluid, and abundant relationship with money and with the spirit of all things, which is what God is. You don't technically have to have more pieces of paper yet. And when you start to live from that place of, man, God's wealth flows to me in avalanche of abundance. I'm so grateful I can pay for this coffee, even though it's slightly overpriced. My rent, slightly overpriced, but right now I'm grateful that I can pay it. My water bill, man, that was a big water bill. At least I'm grateful I can pay it, and I know that God's wealth multiplies every time I spend things. When you're in that place, even that which you have will be multiplied. To those who have, more will be given. To those who have not, even what they have will be taken away. Start to live in a place of abundance. Live from abundance and affirm, God's wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Download my free success hypnosis down below. JakesHypnosis.com right down there below to train your subconscious mind for success and abundance. Living from a have-not place, I have not and I have no chance in the future, that's just programmed into our subconscious mind. Psychologists say we have something about 65,000 thoughts in a day, and 90 to 95% of them are subconscious, they're unconscious, they're habitual, and psychologists say about 70% of those are negative. So download that down below, jakeshypnosis.com, to train your subconscious mind to be in a have energy. You can be in a have energy or a have not conscious consciousness. And remember, when you're in a place of having, your success, your wealth, and that feeling will be multiplied. And when you're in a have-not, even what you have will be taken away with you. So don't look at the world to decide what's possible. Connect to the Spirit of God. Connect to the perfection within you, and know that that knows no limits, and that you deserve to live a rich, successful, prosperous life, being generous, having the things that you want out of life, and recognizing that the true source of wealth isn't material objects. It comes from within you. It's the Spirit that gives life to all things. So download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com. Affirm God's wealth comes to me in avalanches of abundance right there down below. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification right over there. Even if you've already subscribed, make sure you hit the bell notification, because that's what notifies you for new videos every single time. Subscribe, bell notification, like this video to support the channel. Comment down below, God's wealth comes to me in avalanches of abundance regardless of your bank account and your situation around you. Practice as best as you can to live in a state of have as opposed to have not. And when you're in that place, more will be given.